Christine Kate B. Payo, a Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Values Education student. My respect due to my course instructor, Mr. Giovanni S. Mabido, Master of Education Management, LPT. And to my Values Education classmates, have a great day to all of us. Today, I will be having my virtual demo presentation. Just lend me your ears and be ready to learn. But before we proceed to our discussion, let's have first a game. This game is called 4 Pics in 1 Word. Have you familiar with this game, class? Okay, that's great. I will post pictures on the board and then all you have to do is to guess what picture does it portrays. I will call several students. Just raise your right hand if you want to answer. Are we clear? Alright, let's start from the first picture. Alright, Mr. Byron, what's your answer? Your answer is leader. Leader is correct. This picture shows leader. Alright, let's proceed to the next picture. Miss Kanyal, your answer is servant. Very good. Your answer is correct. This picture shows servant. The last one. Mr. Antigo, your answer is qualities. Your answer is correct. This picture shows qualities. Alright, let's give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for your cooperation, students. So this time, we will be having a group activity. Are you ready? Alright, but before that, I will divide the class into 3 groups. This column is group 1, at the middle is group 2, and this column is group 3. Now, you have to choose your leader in each group so that he will or she will be the one to write down all your answers and then post your answers on the board. I will give you 3 minutes only. If I will say time is up, you will going to post your answer on the board. Are we clear? Very good. So, you can start now. Time is up. Post your answers on the board. And allow me to read all your answers. Let's start from group 1. Your answers are listening, empathy, growth, awareness, persuasion, visionary, stewardship, and community. And for the group 2, you have the same answers. And for the group 3, you have also the same answers. Very well done. All of your answers are correct. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. So now, who can tell me what is our topic for today? Based on the game and the group activity that you have performed a while ago. Yes, Maria? Very good. Our topic for today is all about qualities of a servant leadership. Why do you say so? Alright, it is because based on the activity and the game that we have performed, we mentioned leaders, servant, qualities in the first game. And the next activity, we mentioned the qualities that a servant leadership has. According to Robert K. Greenleaf, the servant leader is a servant first. It begins with the natural feeling that one wants to serve first. Yes, if you are a servant leader in your community or in school or at home, it is very important to gain qualities, attitudes, characteristics first within in ourselves so that we can really serve people heartedly and with obedience. So, let's go deeper. What does a servant leadership must have in themselves before or they serve to people? So, our objectives in this morning is that you students will be able to learn the essential qualities for an effective servant leader. Next, you will determine the qualities evident in them and those they need to work on. And lastly, you students will apply the qualities of a servant leadership through a role play. So at the end of the lesson, you are going to come up with our learning outcomes for today. Servant leadership is a leader style and philosophy whereby an individual interact with others either in the management of fellow employee capacity to achieve authority rather than power. Servant leadership focuses primarily on the people and community from where they belong. So now, let's find out what qualities does have a good leader or a servant must have in their self to serve people. In your seats, think a leader you will know. And then, think about it if they really pursue the qualities that we are going to tackle for today. Now just listen, what are the qualities of a servant leadership must have? So first is listening. Communication between leaders and followers is an interactive process that includes sending and receiving messages. Servant leaders communicate by listening first. Just remember that, class. Alright, the second quality is empathy. Empathy is the standing in the shoes of another person and attempting to see the world from the person's point of view. If you leaders, you must have the empathy within yourself, the empathy with others. How are you going to serve people if you does not have empathy to other people? Alright? Remember that. Number 3, qualities of a good leader or a servant leader is healing. To heal means to make whole. Servant leader care about the personal well-being of their followers. Yes, of course, if you leader or a servant in a certain community or in school or even in your family, you have this quality, the healing. You must to feel how your follower must feel. So number 4 qualities is awareness. For Greenleaf, awareness is the quality within servant leaders makes them acutely attuned and receptive to their physical, social, and political environments. You leader, you must be aware. You must be aware with the surroundings. You must be aware with the problems of your followers so that you can communicate interchangeably. You have to give and take the ideas that you must to work on. So you must be aware. Just always remember that. Next is persuasion. Persuasion is clear and persistent communication that convinces others to change. Persuasion, just like for example, if you leader, you have a bad followers that is very hard-headed, he or she will not going to listen you, then you must to persuade him or her to listen you. Just give them your guidance and care. Next quality, visionary. Conceptualization refers to an individual's ability to be a visionary for an organization, providing a clear sense of its goal and direction. You have your vision. If you are a good leader, a good servant, you have your vision. Your vision within your community, in school, or in your family. You have the ability to organize and provide clear sense of your goals. Next quality is foresight. Encompasses a servant leader's ability to know the future. It is an ability to predict what is coming based on what occurring in the present. Foresight. You have that quality if you want to be a good leader. You have to predict the future so that you will going to make goals, you make plans. Remember, if you have past, if you have experienced bad memories together with your followers, just think about it and put it behind that you as a leader, you have to look forward on that it would not happen again. So next, let's move on. Next quality is stewardship. It's about taking responsibility for the leadership role entrusted to the leader. Servant leaders accept the responsibility, right? To carefully manage the people and the organization you have been given to lead. Remember that. Guys, are you still listening? Very good. That's great. Okay, let's proceed to the next quality. Growth. Greensleeve conceptualization of servant leadership places a premium on treating each follower as a unique person with intrinsic value that goes beyond his or her tangible contributions to the organization. Each of your followers must have contributions in the organization, right? But that contribution of your followers, you must have to give appreciation with that. so that your organization must grow healthier, and the communication must stronger. Alright? Did you understand, class? Very good. So, the last quality of a servant leadership is community. Servant leadership fosters the development of community. A community is a collection of individuals who have shared their interests and pursue the feel of a sense of unity and relatedness. So, communication in the community is very, very important, because within the community, you can create organization. You can gain followers. And in the community, you will be going a leader. You students must become a leader someday. Who wants to become a leader someday? Alright, some of us wants to become a leader. A bad leader or a good leader? Of course, a good leader. So, if you want to become a good leader and you have a good follower, a many follower, just remember these 10 qualities of a servant leadership. If you have these 10 qualities within yourself, I will tell you that you will become a good leader someday or even now. Just remember, class, the attitudes, the behaviors, characteristics, and qualities that we get from other people, we must earn those things first in ourselves. Did you understand? Because how are we going to give good character, good attitudes, behaviors, values to others if in the first place we cannot give it to ourselves? Alright, so now within your respective group, each group will be given a task to perform. Are you excited? Alright, so listen carefully, class. For group 1, all you need to do is to compose a song by answering the questions. Why is it important to a servant leader has a good qualities and attitude? Did you get it? For group 2, your task is to make a 2-stanza poem that is all about the importance of the qualities of a servant leadership. Did you get that? Okay. And for the last group, which is group 3, your task is to make a role play. Alright. You are going to portray the importance of the qualities thus a servant leader has. Alright, I will give you 5 minutes to do this, and then you have 3 minutes to perform. Are we clear? Students? Alright, your time starts now. Very good, everyone. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. You performed very well. And I see that you really understand our topic for this morning. Thank you for your cooperation. Alright, since we are done so far to our discussion for this morning, I assume that all of you understand the topic that we discussed earlier. I want you to get a one whole sheet of paper and then make a 2-paragraph essay. I want you to get a one whole sheet of paper and then make a 2-paragraph essay that is all about the qualities that you have in yourself that you can apply to become a servant leader in school or in your community. I will give you 5 minutes to do this. Okay, class? Did you understand? Alright, your time starts now. Time is up. Pass your paper in front. So for your assignment, I want you to list down at least 5 leaders that you have known in your community and explain what qualities they have to become a servant leader in your place and what already services that they contributed in your community. Write it down in an A4 bond paper. Alright. Thank you for your cooperation, class. That's all for today. See you next meeting.